folks, and welcome into another edition of Kansas City Huddle. Got a live audience in the house ready to roll tonight because we have Chiefs cornerback Chris Roland-Wallace here. Mr. Wallace, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, unfortunately, we got to talk about a loss here, C-Row. The Bills, man, they just came out and played a pretty good game. Tell me about that atmosphere they're playing at Highmark Stadium and what could be the last time Chiefs and Bills play on that field.
It was a good environment. Things obviously didn't go our way. The Bills, they're a hell of a team, but it's some things that we can fix, moving forward. So yeah.
Yeah, continuing an odd trend, at least. The Bills kind of win in the regular season, and the Chiefs win in the postseason. Can you explain that?
I can't. I don't know. It's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, let's go back into the game a little bit. Obviously, the focal points coming in were Josh Allen and James Cook, and both of those guys had pretty good games. Josh Allen only had 3 incompletions. James Cook, 114 yards on the defense. The first time the defense has given up 100 yards to a rusher this season. What made it so tough to corral James Cook?
Josh Allen and Cook, a hell of a player. There's just things, again, like I said, that we can tighten up on and kind of not shoot ourselves in the foot. So yeah. Yeah,
looking at those guys now, and the tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, those dudes had some big chunk plays. I believe a 130-yard catch and 147-yard catch. They had 7 targets in that game, 7 catches for 131 yards between those two. Seemed like a little bit of a matchup issue when the tight ends got out in space.
Yeah, it's a few things that we can correct and that we will, moving forward. But again, the Bills, they do a hell of a job and they're a hell of a team.
Yeah, they're tough. You mentioned it, got some things to correct. A bye week coming up, and what do you think about the bye week this time of the season? I know it can be random when you get the bye week, but right in the middle of the season, do you like that?
I do. I think it'll be beneficial for us. It'll give us a chance to wind down, get away from football, not too much, dissect some film, and just fix and tighten up, the minor things moving forward. So.
Yeah, after the game, I spoke with your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, and defensive tackle, Chris Jones. Here's what those guys had to say about self-scouting during the upcoming bye week.
There's no easy game coming up, and there's no more chances that we can really take losses. So, you got to learn from it fast, and we got to be better as a team. Offensively, we got to be better, especially on some of those big drives we had in the second half. And I think we'll just continue to push away and learn on this bye week, and then come back and be ready to play our best football coming off of it.
I don't think we need to make any drastic changes. I feel like we have the guys to do it. I think more so being detail in our work, looking at ourselves in the mirror, holding ourselves accountable, and we got a lot of great guys in this room who take a lot of accountability for their play and their responsibility. So I'm quite sure for this week they're gonna get their bodies out there, detail their work, and we're gonna come back ready to play dinner.
Chris Jones there said he doesn't expect wholesale changes on the defense, and I don't think a lot of people do, but he's talking about some of the things that y'all may need to tighten up a little bit. What kind of things do you think you guys need to tighten up moving forward?
I'll say just the minor details, which tend to become major, but just like they said, we have the guys and all the pieces to do it. It's just a level of execution, and it's our job to go out there and, execute.
Chris talked about leadership on the defense. Tell me some of the guys who have emerged as leaders this year, and what are they preaching to you guys in this kind of up and down season so far?
Chris Jones, obviously, Nick Bowden, and a long list of other guys, but just staying down and persevering through, adversity. When everything is going good, it's easy to,
sure.
to have that energy and whatnot. But yeah, now is the time to do it, when things aren't going your way,
Yeah, it seems like maybe running out of time for any more losses. Patrick Mahomes told us after the game that you don't really have any margin for error anymore, given the way the other teams have fared and how the division's going. Do you guys feel that pressure a little bit?
I wouldn't say so much more of that. It's just us going out and playing Chiefs football.
Yeah, going back to leadership with Trent McDuffie, I know he's a guy you work closely with. Tell me a little about Trent, how he is there in the meeting room and his leadership capacity.
I would say he's one of the leaders in the room. Any questions that any one of us may have, we know he's someone that we can go to, and yeah, he's just a great person.
And what about his play on the field? When you watch Trent play, what do you see?
I honestly think he plays bigger than what he is, but quick, fast, twitchy, and he plays fearless. So.
He's one of those cornerbacks in the NFL that's on an island out there, and it seems like he likes it to be one of those guys. Pretty rare to find one of those guys, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Steve Spagnuolo. We know that he always tells us folks in the media that the defense may not where it needs to be in the first 4, 5, 6 weeks, but after that, it seems like he always gets it together. Talk to me about playing for Spags and what he brings to you guys.
I think Spags is one of a kind. I personally enjoy playing for him. I know the rest of the guys does as well, but a genius.
Yeah, genius indeed. And apparently his wife's a pretty good cook. You've been invited over to the house?
No, I haven't been to the house, but she does cook. We'll get some pasta or whatnot every here and there, so yeah.
Yeah, we hear that all the time from the guys. Lastly, one more coach I want to talk to you about is Coach Merritt. Tell me about Coach Merritt. It seems like he's always got something to say to us media about you guys, and it's usually positive, and Coach Merritt seems like one of those guys you really want to play for.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the coaches as well that you can go and talk to outside just knowing that, you know, he's a good coach, but he's impacted not us only as like football players, but us as a young man, and he's doing a phenomenal job as well.
All right, great stuff. We'll talk more about your teammates and a little bit more about you being from California here playing in the Kansas City weather coming up in the wintertime. We'll do that when we come back right here on Kansas City Huddle. More with Chiefs quarterback Chris Roland-Wallace. Welcome back into Kansas City Huddle with Chiefs cornerback Chris Roland-Wallace. You just heard about Nick Bolton's day against the Buffalo Bills. Nick Bolton, obviously the green dot, the quarterback of your defense. Tell me a little about playing behind Nick Bolton and watching him work.
It's good. I would say he does an excellent job at communicating and real intelligent as well. So it's good. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah, you got to be a smart guy to wear that green dot. And when Nick Bolton talks to media folks, that dude talks fast. He talks like he plays, man. He talks fast. Do you ever have to go up at him and say, Nick, slow down just a little bit?
I may have maybe once or twice asked him to repeat the call for me, but outside of that, he does an excellent job. So
yeah, indeed. All right, well, let's talk about your rise and journey to the NFL. California native. Let folks know about the area where you grew up.
So I grew up in Palmdale, California. It's north of where Los Angeles is, about 55 miles away from Los Angeles. Still in Los Angeles County, so yeah.
Yeah, up near the Rose Bowl. You ever go to Pasadena?
Nah. If you were looking at it on a map, for those who don't know, you'll find the Rose Bowl, and if you go up north from there, then it's over some mountains. Then you'll see.
Sure. You ever go there as a kid?
The Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up and down in Los Angeles, so yeah.
Yeah, good place to be, good place to watch football. All right, out of high school, you committed to Arizona. Why?
Yeah, I enjoyed it in Tucson. I thought it would be a place for me to focus, and I enjoyed it there. The staff and all the guys that were recruiting me, and I still keep in contact with them still to this day. So.
You talk about focus. Were you trying to kind of get away a little bit from where you grew up to focus, or what did you mean by that?
as far as it just being so much more of a college town than
Okay, sure.
I would say a city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot to do in LA. Sometimes the colleges get overlooked there. But
Yeah.
you went to USC now. Talk to me about transferring to play for the Trojans.
Yeah, it was a bit different. Transferring is, I wouldn't say, is the ideal. It's starting to become the norm now. But I made the transition over, and I enjoyed my time there. Got a chance to play with Coach Riley, in which I enjoyed my time, and I feel like it overall prepped me to get this shot and opportunity that I did in Kansas City. So.
Yeah. And being an undrafted free agent, draft night, what was that like for you?
It was a bit different. I didn't receive a phone call, I should say, during the draft, but after I got a call, and they never looked back.
Yeah, when you got that call from the Chiefs, tell me about that moment.
It was a little bit different, I would say, with not being selected. You know, some people may take it a little bit personal, may get a little angry, but I was able to kind of get over it soon and kind of put myself in the mind frame of I'm getting an opportunity, you know, that most may not get. So.
Yeah, you got a shot and you made the most of it so far. You went to the Super Bowl. What are your memories of the Super Bowl there in New Orleans? I mean, outside of the game, we all know that didn't go the way you wanted it to.
Just like times like that, those are times that, you know, like you dream of when you're a kid, you know. So that whole experience and journey was it was surreal. And yeah.
Did you have any fun in New Orleans? I know it was a business trip, but did you get to go out and do much?
Yeah, I enjoyed really like my family. They was able to come out and kind of experience it, you know, like with me. And I'll say that's probably one of the things that I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, indeed. Well, hopefully you can make more memories with your family and more Super Bowls coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the goal. All right, we'll have more with Mr. Chris Roland-Wallace when we come back right here on this edition of Kansas City Huddle. All right, folks, more with Chiefs cornerback Chris Roland-Wallace here. Let's talk about going against Patrick Mahomes and that receiving crew in practice. I mean, obviously they make you guys better.
Yeah, you pretty much said it. But, you know, Pat, just very, very, very talented. Yeah.
I can tell what's going on in your mind. Like, man, how does that dude get that ball in that window, right?
Yeah, very, very talented. He can do things on and off script, you know, which makes it extremely, you know, difficult, you know, for us defenders. So, yeah.
And then what about that receiving crew? I mean, they always talk about everybody got to eat, and any one of those guys can eat at any moment.
Yeah, they all can at any given moment. Fast, you name it. So. Yeah.
Pretty tough. All right, let's talk about you eating twice. You got 2 career interceptions. I want you to take me through both of them. Week 7 against San Francisco. Last year you picked off Brock Purdy. What went into that one?
I would say I ended up coming in, and it all happened so fast. One of our guys went down, and I think it was a bit of miscommunication between the receiver and Brock Purdy, and I felt like I was in the right place at the right time. So yeah,
that's all part of it. And then this year, Week 3 against the Giants, Russell Wilson. I believe you just came in on defense on that series, right?
Yeah, that was my first series in the game. Yeah.
And then to get a pick in your first series, did you kind of have an idea since you just came in they might be coming your way?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. But I did feel that they were in need to throw the ball. I feel like we stopped them in the early downs, and they had to, put the ball in the air. So I was definitely waiting for it. So
Yeah, it's like in baseball, when they bring a replacement player in, the ball seems to always find you. Speaking of, where do you keep those interceptions? You got a mantle or something? Send them back to the house?
Yeah, I keep them back at the house. I'm not sure what I'll do with them, but I'll figure it out.
All right, figure it out. Good stuff. All right, big news in the NFL over this week. NFL trade deadline. Sauce Gardner got traded. I'm sure as a cornerback you were keeping an eye on that. What do you think about that trade?
I do feel like part of it is the nature of the game. But yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think that trade surprised a lot of folks, 2 first-round picks, and you'll get to see Sauce up close and personal in a couple of weeks when y'all host the Colts.
Yeah. I think it's on the 23rd. Yeah, we play.
Do you watch other cornerbacks watch their game? When you have time, when you're not scouting for the next team.
Yeah, from time to time, I mean, take a peek and see what's going on.
Yeah. Maybe learn something, what to do, maybe what not to do.
Yeah, what not to do. See what I can, maybe add to my game.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, well, we're going to add to your repertoire a little bit with some audience questions. We don't know what these folks are going to ask you, but we will find out coming up right after the break as we continue Kansas City Huddle. Chris Roland-Wallace. All right, Chris, Scott wants to know, how tough was it to transition from college to the NFL?
I would say from a mental aspect, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than college, I'll say. And
yeah,
it's
tough mentally. Game moves a lot faster.
Yeah.
Right?
People move a little faster. The timing of everything is a little bit faster. It's very, 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 very detailed, I would say. So, yeah.
All right. Here's the easy one. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
I'll go Twix candy bar.
Did you go trick-or-treating?
I didn't.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Taking candy from other people? All right. Very good. And real quick, lastly, what do you want for Christmas?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
How about a deep playoff run?
There we go.
That's what everybody wants for Christmas, right? All right. C-Roll, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching Kansas City Huddle.